Money soldier, I thought I told you. Only rocking with the agent and the broker, yeah. Move over, we getting bolder. Making moves like the agent and the broker, yeah. Generational wealth, they bout that. Yeah, we took some L's, but we bounced back. Financial literacy, got that. Closing up the wealth gap, yeah, I'm black. Welcome to the Agent and Broker Podcast, hosted by Julian and James. And you know they bringing nothing but that black boss talk, man. Cause there's no currency stronger than the black dollar. And it's time we let the world know. But first we gotta grow though, and that's for sure.
Peace, family. What's going on? James, what's going on with you? How you doing tonight?
Man, I'm doing good, man. How are you? Can you hear me loud and clear?
Absolutely. Loud and clear. Can you hear me? That's the
yes,
question.
Sir.
That's gonna
yes,
be the
sir.
question tonight. All right, cool,
I can hear you perfect.
All right. As long as my audio is good, we're good to go.
Yes,
we are, guys, welcome back to another episode of the Agent and Broker Podcast. I am your co-host, Julian, the agent, license W626089.
And my name is James, license number W2823336 down here in Florida.
Absolutely. Orlando, Eatonville, Florida, coming to you live. And tonight we have some dope guests we're going to bring on here. First and foremost is our raffle winner from last week. You know, she had the courage to come and join us and jump on the podcast. So we will bring her on here in a second. And then also our podcast guest tonight, which is Loudwine, and you know, she's gonna bring the house down. So I'm excited about that. What about you, James?
Yes, sir. I'm very excited. Every time I get a chance to have a conversation with Loudwine, it's always fun. But anyway, like you said, today is a very special night. We have our winner. I'm so excited for her. I remember when she won, we actually trying to call her that very same night, but she probably was snoring.
Right.
You know, maybe her bedtime is like 8 p.m., you know, but anyway,
we don't know.
we don't know, but I'm very, very excited for the show today, man.
Yeah, absolutely. And well, first and foremost, we want to put this up here today and send our condolences and a tribute to Sam Bruce Jr., who is Kristen's actual brother. As you see there, that's Kristen gifting her his life insurance policy. About 2 years ago, and during the pandemic, I believe. So, or may have been last year. So he got covered and everything. So we was fortunate enough to have a policy on him, but unfortunately, he did pass away on the 28th of April from possibly heart attack or seizure or something. But it was an extremely sad situation, man. We went down there and, you know, saw him on it in his last breaths in the hospital, man. It was extremely sad, emotional. So, you know, prayers out to them and their family during these times.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And if you're able to view our screen, I actually remember when that picture was taken. I remember seeing it, and that's just a reminder of what we do, man. That's just a reminder of what we do. Why do we do it? You know, very, very young man. I think like 24 years old, and literally, you know, a couple of days ago, as I was, you know, over the phone with you, I was getting the news. Literally, I start getting goosebumps.
Right.
You know, a lot of time we think we're just too young or we'll wait. And, you know, the beautiful thing is, you know, as unfortunate as the situation may be, you know, we can live life knowing that we did our part.
Right.
You know, and we can live life knowing that the information we provide to him, he actually saw value. And I mean, I'm getting a little emotional right now, but he actually saw value and take that step and cover himself.
Right.
And, you know, I text Kristen yesterday just to check on the family, because I know how much of you know, I know how tough this can be. because you're
Mm-hmm.
looking at your little brother. That's your baby,
Right,
man.
right.
I'm the baby in my
Definitely.
family, and I can only imagine my brother's going through that, and it just anyone, baby or not, man. Losing a loved
Mm-hmm.
one, that's one, but very young,
Right.
that's just another story, man. So that's
So
that's a
many
hard pill to
unanswered.
swallow. So
Right.
condolences to the family. We will definitely have you on prayers, and rest in peace to Sam.
Absolutely. Very
Yes, sir.
unfortunate, man. But like you said, I'm just glad he had people around him, to introduce life insurance and, bring some sort of coverage to him. And we didn't predict any of this, so he had no prior issues, medical issues when it came to these things. So it was just like totally unexpected. So the funeral will be this weekend, and so I'll be headed back down there, handle the claim process. And like James said, I was on the phone with him at the hospital. Like, yo, I'm about to be filing my first death benefit claim on a 24-year-old. Like, it's crazy to even see, because most people about around the 20s, man, not even thinking about life insurance. And
Hmm.
Sharif, who we're training right now, that was like the first step. He was like, when he texted me when I was there, he was like, yo, how can I introduce this to somebody my age? And I told him, I'm like, yo, I'm at the hospital right now delivering I'm putting in my first death benefit claim for a 24-year-old. There, that's how you tell people, like, the truth is the truth. I mean, those are the facts. Like, life isn't promised for anybody, no matter what age you are. So if you can take advantage of this, coverage as early as possible, then do it, man. It's a very unfortunate situation here, but Sam was an extreme athlete, man. He was extremely gifted, passionate. Um, he was actually, people were calling him one of the most elusive high school football players ever. And he earned that title. Nike did a whole, like, total episode on him. Like, this dude was
Wow.
that guy in football. It's just, some situations in life just kind of made him go the different way. But, you know, um, legendary football career, man. Such a sad situation. So we send our condolences to the family. Kristen, if you guys are watching, we are praying for you.
100%.
For sure.
100%.
Absolutely. So kind of to move forward from that, let us go into our episode introducing our guest for our winner from our raffle last week, which is Miss Clautavia Simon. We're going to bring her on here in a second here.
Hi.
Clautavia, what's going on? How you doing?
I'm good. Excited.
Awesome. Oh, say hello to our audience. People gonna hear this. You're gonna be able to share
Hello.
it with your friends, your family. So, yeah, definitely. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Yeah,
So, if
absolutely.
anybody doesn't know, go ahead, James.
Before we even get into, don't she give you the vibe of the tennis player that beat Serena Williams?
Oh, yeah.
What's her name? Osaka?
I heard of that before. Someone told me that.
Someone told you that
She
before?
does.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think probably little cousin, little sister somewhere. Claim it, okay? Just claim it.
That's my cousin.
There
There you go.
you go. For sure. There
But
you
good to
go.
have you. Good to have you.
Yeah. Congratulations. So she is our winner for our Kangaroo Hero NFT, and also to be featured here on the podcast tonight. I'm not sure if she knows what that is, but what we'll do is we'll explain what the Kangaroo Hero NFT is on the screen right here. So our Kangaroo Heroes. This is a financial literacy NFT. If you guys don't know what NFTs are, they're non-fungible tokens. Pretty much a digital form of art that gives you exclusive access to whatever that project is. So this one is Kangaroo Heroes. It's a collection of 5,000 unique and randomly generated NFTs that give access to financial literacy events and courses around the country where we're discussing investing, taxes, small business growth, and more. Plus, the Kangaroo Hero serves as a ticket to Rue Carnival in November in 2022. So we'll give you more details on that as well. So you get access to that carnival, which is going to be in Philadelphia. You know, you get your flight and your stay paid for. So congratulations to you on that as well. And that's going to be like one of the biggest NFT financial carnivals in the country, with a Coachella type of vibe. And but it's going to be mixed with financial education. So you're going to be learning about finances, investing, crypto, real estate, NFTs, life insurance, taxes. You're going to get all of these things. And you also get 30% off of taxes every year in bookkeeping services. So if you do want to get into like business, you have those services as well. That is our NFT here that we did have to give away. So you do get access to these, to all of those features with while you hold this. Do you have a MetaMask wallet? Probably not.
I don't think so. No.
No, that's all right.
No.
We'll go into the details of creating that as well. So we just wanted to congratulate you and then have you introduce yourself, who you are, where you're from, what school you're representing, and you know your future plans and goals.
Okay, I'm Clautavia Simon. I'm a 11th grader at Edgewater High School. I'm now in the engineering magnet program. That's what I wanted to do at first, but then like I started understanding like different businesses and stuff, and I actually want to go to FAMU or FSU for business, any kind of business.
Oh. Okay, so you're looking more on the business realm of things. So is that kind of broad right now? You haven't narrowed it down to where exactly you want to be?
Yeah, I haven't narrowed it down because I feel like
Okay.
I should start looking into that after
Okay,
this
for
year.
sure. Dope. That's dope. What you got anything for her, James?
Man, I mean, once again, congrats. It's a big deal. You know, you actually winning this, and you say you're in 11th grade. Do you mind if I ask you how old are you right now?
16.
16 years old. So you have an opportunity of a lifetime right now, because what's going on in the world, there is a lot of you know, people giving information, and it's really confusing to a young mind like yourself. You know, you're confused, you don't know what to choose yet. But let me tell you, at 16 years old, having access to that NFT, and also having access to that type of event, expose yourself to people who's actually winning big in life. That type of relationship you can actually potentially create there is just life changing, you know. And I'm hoping you do all the necessary whatever it takes. Maybe blessing from your parents, you know, legal guardian, to actually do the best you can to make it there, because not only is gonna be good for you now today, but you're looking at a future. So by the time you're in your 30s, if you do take that opportunity, if you take that proximity you're gonna have close to people, I mean, life gonna be a whole different ballgame for you. And it's, you are only 16 years old. I'm a little jealous. You know, Julian, maybe we should go back in time. Maybe I should win that, you know, NFT.
Facts. For
But
real,
I'm very
bro.
excited for you. I'm very excited for you because I know what that can potentially mean for your life. Okay.
Absolutely. And another good person to connect with is our guest tonight, Loudwine. She's a business owner. She's in the business, so you can get, if you want to stay on and listen to, you know, the gems that she drops, and that may help you out as well.
Okay.
Awesome. All righty.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you again, and congratulations once again.
Congrats again.
And we'll definitely link back up so we can get everything over to you. All right.
Okay.
All right. Have a good one.
Good night.
Thank you too. Good night.
Good night. All right. So, James, take over, man. Introduce our guest. Let the people know.
I have no idea who this guest is tonight. I never met her before. You know,
Right.
I'm just playing. But guys, listen, it's always a pleasure and privilege to have a conversation with her. It's always interesting. She's a outside the box person. I wouldn't even put a box in her life based on how she carried her life, really, to tell you the truth. But it's always a pleasure to have her. Today, we have the opportunity to have Loudwine. You can go ahead and bring her on the screen. She have all her stuff behind her. as you can see, well, not fully, but you get to see the whole thing. But anyway, Ludwin, welcome. How you doing tonight? How you feeling?
I'm feeling great. How are you guys doing?
We're doing pretty good. We're
Good,
doing pretty
good.
good.
Appreciate it. Thank you for
So
coming on.
I feel like I'm very zoomed in. I don't know. Wait.
yeah, you are zoomed in. That's the setting of the
My camera?
You
yeah.
like that
There you go.
better?
Now,
You like that better?
Yes. Thank
yeah,
you.
she said, of course. You can see all my ads in the back. You know.
She want to see show the ads. All right, there we go. That's better.
Love it, love it. Well, but
Oh, it's
anyway, welcome. It's good to have you once again. But anyway, for people who doesn't know you, let us know who's Ludwin, who you are, and just let's start that way.
okay. Hello everyone. I appreciate Julian and James for having me tonight on the Agent and Broker podcast. I actually like the name, it's very catchy. I like the intro video too. I was like, okay,
Ooh,
this is giving.
okay, okay.
My name is Loudwine Norcilus. I am a local entrepreneur here in Central Florida. Um, I do have the pleasure of helping people fix their credit and ensuring them when it comes to health insurance, life insurance, it doesn't matter. But one of my main focus is to get people to become more prosper. As my tagline is, helping people prosper. So um, I do own a Rise Financial Group. I do help people fix their credit. I am also the events chairwoman for the Greater Haitian American Chamber of Commerce Orlando. And I have been on the board for about 4 years. Dang, it's been that long. 4 years now.
Wow.
So I'm quite a bit involved in the community. And prior to this, I was secretary, and prior to that, I was business development chair. So I have quite a bit of history with that. I do have a radio show here in Orlando on 98.5 on Saturday nights.
Sheesh.
Sabbath.
Dang, James. I didn't know how qualified your guest was tonight, man. Sheesh.
Extremely
Wait.
qualified.
Let's go back because you just named like 30 things, but we don't go before we even get to that, because like to have a
Sure.
mindset to even get into that. Where are you from originally?
I'm from Haiti.
Okay, so you're from Haiti. Did you grow up here in the States, or
I would say half and half. I got here when I was 12.
okay, so 12 years old. So the transition, did you
Mhm.
have both your parents here or anything?
Yes, they came before I came.
And how was the dynamic with your parents? Were they extremely strict on you? Were they very disciplined? Where did you learn, to be this entrepreneurial person? Where did you learn how to be so business savvy?
Actually, my parents were kind of laxed. They worked a lot, so I had very little supervision. So I
Hmm.
pretty much watched my little sister for the most part. So I took on, I would say, more of a leadership role. But before I came here, when I was in Haiti, I lived with my God family. So I was technically on my own for the whole duration of there for me being in Haiti. So I kind of took care of myself. So I kind of had the idea of like figuring out how to work, how to live. So
Hmm.
I took that same energy and I just kept it going here throughout college and now regular life.
It's really cool.
Wow.
You know what's crazy, Julian? As she's talking, and she kind of remind me how similar the story is, because both of my parents, well, my dad actually left before all of
Hmm.
us to come to the US, and it was all about me and my mom followed through, and then my two brothers. So it's quite a journey to come to the US. But as she was saying that, I'm like, oh, the story is kind of similar, just a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, good to have you, man. Good to have you. Now, are your parents down here? I mean, still in Orlando, or they in a different state?
Now they're here in Orlando.
In Orlando?
Yes.
Okay, and are they still working as hard as they was working, or are they kind of slow down right now and they're working?
No, they're still doing the same thing.
The same, just
Hasn't changed.
working.
Same company, same industry since I've been here.
Okay, awesome, man, awesome. But before Julian get to the next question, and I just want to know, like, how did you find life insurance, and why did you choose the field finance to actually start growing your business? Because not only it's kind of like you're doing not just life insurance, of course you're doing taxes as well, I believe, because you mentioned something in your post. But finance in general, how did you find that, and why finance?
Okay. Backstory: when I got my license was 2011. Um, dang, that's been a long time. Ooh.
Yeah. You're getting up there, sis.
How old was that?
I'm August will make it 11 years.
Well, how old were you when you got your
Oh,
license?
how old was I? I was 19. I
19.
was just a little baby,
Okay.
little baby. But I started for two reasons. One,
Mhm.
they had fired me from what you call that wretched place? Aquatica, SeaWorld
Okay.
Aquatica. I was working there, and I had a slip and fall. I mean, I wasn't really hurt, but I had a slip and fall, and they just fired me for being late. And then I wasn't working, and at the time, company called Connections was giving away the license. Basically, they would tell you just come in, take the course, we'll give you a job afterwards. And I was like, okay. It was unpaid for 4 weeks.
Mm.
I wasn't working for like 2 months, and I said, why not? Because I was making like $7 at the time. And they said, if you get this license, we'll pay you 13. I said, 13? That's double. I'll do it.
Right, right.
What do you mean? I'm like, I was 19. I was barely making it. You tell me I go from 7 to 13 within 4 weeks. Yeah, I'll come here. I'll sit my butt here. I'll study unpaid. And when I passed, I was so happy. First, I got the health license first. And then in 2014, that's when I got the life insurance license because I wanted to get into the life insurance world. So I worked mostly in Medicare for the first 3 years. I
Mm.
worked with United Healthcare. I went with Humana, small business. So to enroll their employees or finding businesses to do their employees. So I had a chance to work with that. I worked with Kaiser Permanente for a while. I did individual and family, and then I got moved into doing congressional and staff. So that was fun, figuring out those plans back in the day. This was pre-Obamacare, and can you imagine the prices, the plan structure back then? It was a lot. And then for me, getting into life insurance, I wanted to expand my knowledge and
Mhm.
also had to help people because I saw how GoFundMe was becoming rapid at the time. This was like 2014 when people were just starting out. People were just asking money. I felt like that was tacky, in my opinion. And there's an easier way to help people or to be able to protect your lifestyle or protect your family, protect the mortgage that you have. And I always felt like life insurance has such a rich way where people can either make their make their grandkids rich and also becoming more financially secure now at the same time. So that's why I feel like life insurance is highly important. So I did Primerica for a while. I did Wolf Financial Group for a while. So now I'm independent.
Oh, so independent wise, um, do you hold your do you just go and contract with companies, or are you just independently brokered with a big agency?
So I actually launched my agency in August of last year. So I contract as an agent
Congratulations.
and a broker. Thank you.
Congratulations. How many agents you have working with you?
It's just people right now.
Oh, it's
I'm not
just
looking
you?
to hire.
Okay, okay. No, I was just always gotta ask. So, are you looking to hire people or what?
You just told me I just listed 50 things. So hiring a team right now is not feasible. I would like to at least finish the year
Mm-hmm.
because I wanted to get software together before I start hiring people.
Mm-hmm.
And that takes capital and that takes a lot of legwork to get all that figured out. Because the
Mm-hmm.
last thing I want to do is start hiring people and not have work for them, or at least a pipeline or growing pipeline, or having a sales development uh, sales development work.
Like
I
a
can't.
process and everything for them to come
Yes,
in, a system in place.
sales development system,
Yeah.
well as having a CRM, having where the
Mm-hmm.
people get their leads from. All of that is important when it comes to building a brokerage. So that's why I'm
Absolutely.
not hiring at this time.
Okay, just kind of putting the pieces together, connecting the dots, which
Yeah.
is also
Yeah.
always good for sure. Definitely. So, um, with life, we speak life insurance every week. So you did give your why on, why you like life insurance and why you believe it's beneficial, which is awesome. Now let's kind of get into more into finances because I kind of made a similar transition. I know James and you have a very similar story where he started in health as well and transitioned into life. But I came straight into life. But when I got into life, I had to transition. I realized like there's more to it because there's a financial literacy is lacking in our communities. So let's talk credit wise, because now you can talk life insurance, but when people don't even see the value in that, and you understand why, because they don't even understand credit, which is
You're
pretty
right.
much financial literacy. So when let's talk credit. When did you get into the credit game? How did you add that and implement that into your company, and why did you believe that that was necessary?
I have a couple of realtor friends um, over the years, and also colleagues that would always need somebody to fix their credit. And I remember having going through that process myself, and I always felt like a lot of people should have this as the first step. I don't see anyone being a completely full adult if you don't have good credit, in my opinion,
Facts, facts, facts.
because by learning how to manage debt. Basically,
That's
having
all
good
it
credit
is.
is learning how to manage debt.
Right.
And it goes into being responsible. And a
Hmm.
lot of us tend to believe that it's a lot of work, but if you're not responsible in your regular life, you not responsible in your credit either. It will
Hmm.
show. If
Right.
you're always late to your job, you will always be late in your bills as well. So, having people transition into managing their credit, they can also apply those same methods into their life as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because what's happening is getting to 800 is not an easy feat.
Right.
It
Right.
takes roughly about 3 years of
Hmm.
dedication to make it work. So the moment you start learning about tips and tricks and how to manage and how to keep paying stuff on time, you will start relaying that information to your family and making sure that you show up to wherever you see you're going to show up to, because it's all about people trusting you with their money, or trusting you to be on time, or trusting you with saying, you know what, I'm going to loan you this money, I'm going to trust that you're going to take care of this loan I'm going to give you, and if you don't, now I'm going to punish you and not have nobody else give you access. It's kind of like you mess up a bridge with someone, and then nobody gets access to you no more. They spread like wildfire, like someone that's really popular, and then they block you from getting any more access. That's
Right.
how I look at credit,
Right.
because once you mess up one credit card, they
Hmm.
all not gonna give you no money.
Right. Right. And that's
And
pretty.
right, so if you manage one credit card, okay, they all gonna give you money. And if
Mm,
you keep managing a little bit of money I give you, then I'm gonna reward you with more money every 3 months, every 6 months. And the next thing you know,
mhm.
like you go from $500 to $10,000 in a year. You're like, whoa. So That's
That's
how.
pretty cool. I mean, I
Yeah.
like how you lay it down, and you say, you're not a full grown adult if you don't have good credit. You can
I,
manage your credit, and I'm with you on that one. But how does your process work? Say someone comes to you and they want, help with their credit. So how does your step by step process work from meeting that person and to getting them to a plan where they will have, better credit?
okay. So with me, when somebody hit me up or inbox me or give me a phone call, I always tell them, what is the goal? I ask them, are you trying to buy a house in the next three
Mhm.
months? Or
Right.
are you already in the process of buying a house and your realtor told you to call me? Or are you trying to get a car, or you just want to get your credit fixed just because you want to get it? Because that lets me know how urgent or what is the urgency for me to put
Mhm.
into getting your credit fixed. Because
Right.
sometimes if the person is already in the home buying process, they may just need points. And I have trade lines for that. So I tell them, let's create an appointment for consultation. And then in
Mhm.
the consultation, that's where we talk about all their goals. And I pull their report with them, and I go down with the report with them. And then I email it to them at the same time if we're not on Zoom or in person. Then I tell them, like, so this is what you have. This is what I can do. This is what I cannot do. The thing is, I'm not going to promise you if you are at 550, I'm going to get you to 800 in 3 months. That
Right.
is not realistic. Because the average 800 person has about 8 to 10 accounts on time
Hmm.
every month.
And for a
So
certain period of time as well, like that history.
right,
Hmm.
right. So not only you have to have a certain amount of accounts, you also need to build the history over the time as well. So I'm gonna tell you, listen, I don't care about your credit score. Credit scores don't matter to me. I care about
Exactly.
what's on the report,
Right.
because once you remove what's on the report, the points will increase.
Hmm.
Either way, whether you have Credit Karma or you have My FICO, it does not matter. However, both companies weigh differently, but doesn't matter. As long as like you don't have no collections, you're not late
Hmm.
anything, and you're not applying for new credit every 2 3 months, you fine.
Right. Wow. That was some gems. So whoever's listening, I hope you're really like paying attention, because she literally just broke down a credit report for you and what you need to get that high score that you want. And so many people do focus on the score factor, and the score really means nothing at the end of the day, because you can have a 750, but if you don't have the right report, the right breakdown, that lender is going to look at you and be like, yeah, they're not looking at your score. They're looking at your credit report. So, like she said, the 10 accounts on there, that 800 credit score, I there's so many people that come in, they look for credit repair, and they want you to just work magic within like a few months. You know what I'm saying? Like, give me a 750, 800 credit score in 3 months. Could you explain the process, the credit repairing process versus the credit building process?
Okay.
Because you can repair credit, but that doesn't mean that that score is going to be here. You need to build it as well.
Okay. So the repairing process can go two ways. There are some collection companies that don't like to fight, and there are some that will fight to the
Hmm.
death.
Right.
And I mean, like, they will go to court type of fighting.
Right. Right.
I used to work for a collection company.
Mm.
So,
Oh yeah,
Give
let's
us the
go into
juice.
that. Give us the juice.
Give us
Hey
the
man,
juice.
let the people know that they be watching people reports, and as soon as it go that score go up, they be ready to hit your report.
Right.
Give me that.
You know who she remind me of?
Pay
I
me
forgot the
now.
name of the lawyer, but the lawyer used to work for the claim company, for the insurance company, and then he become a lawyer to defend the people. That's what you just remind.
Uh-huh.
But that's pretty cool. That means you
Yeah,
know the internal process. Now you're a
exactly.
professional. You can really
yeah.
position yourself to help
Right.
somebody. But yeah, please unpack.
So
Please.
I used to be a collector, and one of
Mm.
my favorites to collect on is K Jewelers. And
Don't go past that. Please spend like 2 minutes on that. What do you mean?
Yes, you heard that. K Jewelers, people that will buy jewelry at K Jewelers and they don't pay it, the account gets closed and they get sent to collections, and then you get a phone call from
Time
me.
out. Time out. I'm so sorry. Ladies, you hear you hear what's going on out there? We would literally get in debt to buy a ring or a
Right.
necklace for you,
Right.
right? And then we can't even pay it. Now we have Ludwin, on the other line and collection. Just because I don't even want to go that route, but I'm sorry. go ahead.
Oh yeah, so I used to call, like, we have a system where we can look up first, second, and third affiliated people to you. This can mean your first cousin, second cousin, your co-workers,
Bruh.
grandma, grandpa,
Bro.
uh, your mama's side, your daddy's side. Everybody will be on that list. I look everybody up and I will call everybody up and I will leave a message. It'll be a nice message. Hey, this is Barbara Peterson. I'm calling from whatever. Can you give me a call about him? I want to speak to him real quick. And then they actually do be calling me back and say, hey, I got his number. Let me give you a number. And I'm like, okay, cool. Let me call him. And then I'll be like, hey, listen, you owe $2,375. I need you to pay this, or I'm suing you.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Bro, you breaking the law. Come on now.
No, I'm not. You know why? Because
Come on.
Cadre can actually sue you. It's over $500.
They can.
Yes, they can.
You low key sending threats though. Right?
It's not a threat because they can actually do it. So
They can sue you.
understanding the fact that, like, companies. Okay, here's another tip.
No,
Here's why.
no. Wait. Before
Okay.
you go back to that.
Uh-huh.
Now let's put you in a position of the repairing specialist.
Mhm.
And that person called me and told me that they're suing me, and I tell you that, and I'm your client now, and I tell you that, oh, this debt collector called me saying they're going to sue me. What is your plan of action, and how are you going to help me out?
Okay. As the credit repair person, I will tell you they BSing you.
How are they BSing me?
I'm going to tell you why.
Mm-hmm.
So, anything that you owe that is past a year and a half from the original creditor, you don't owe that debt anymore.
Right.
Because every year there's something called tax season,
Mm-hmm.
and companies have to file taxes.
Mm.
And a lot of times, if you owe a debt, it goes to their internal collections after 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
They will try to hit you up. They will send mail to try to collect before they send you collections, the internal collections department. And then after 6 months of them trying to hit you from the collections department side of the company, then they will sell the debt to the highest bidder.
Mm.
So if you owed $500, they will probably sell the debt for about $100 or less sometimes to a collection company. Now, if it's recent, let's say I own a collection company, I come and buy your debt that you owed Capital One for $500.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna call you up and say, hey, you remember that Capital One that you had? You're gonna be like, yeah, because it's a year old. You know you had it.
Right.
But if I call you and say, hey, you owe $650, and I just added $150 on top of the regular fee that you owed.
Mm-hmm.
And now you pay me $650, and then I turn to the credit bureaus. I tell them, hey, this is paid. Add that to that. However, what people do is they will just pay the collection company and not ask them to also delete it off the report.
Mm-hmm. So, okay, not deleting. You want to, all
because
right. So
the
people
collection
don't get
company,
confused here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go ahead.
The collection company doesn't have to remove it off your report.
Right. So if you're listening, so you don't get confused, don't go and pay off your collection and your debt without getting an approval in writing that they will remove that off of your report, because you can pay the debt and they still punish you after you pay the debt, because it's still a collection on your credit report.
That
So it
is
still
correct.
shows that it is a collection on your report. So if you thinking out there, you're thinking that you're gonna get free scotch, get off scotch free from paying a debt off that you've owed, that's not true. So that's why you do need to work with a credit, repair specialist, somebody who can help you and help fight that collection off of your account, because paying debts is not going to clear off your report. And that's something that people, I think that they really need to know and understand. Thank you for breaking that down.
Of course.
Yeah,
that's
pretty cool, 'cause
extremely
most people, like, I'm just thinking like, okay,
see,
oh, you look at this, Ruthie, like, what? Yes, this is like the regular people don't know these things, so you really need to have specialized knowledge to like the stuff you just mentioned. I have no idea. Julian does definitely, but me, I have no idea because I'm not in that field as well at all in fixing credit. So it's like, you owe like $1,000, and then out of nowhere somebody call you and settle for 500. Oh, sure, here, take my money. You just like, but it's still in your credit. So that's why it's so important to work with a specialist to actually help you and guide you to take this stuff out of your record. Because what people will say, well, I already paid that off. Yeah, nope, still they're affecting you. Even though you paid that $500, still affecting you. So I'm glad you actually unpacked it the way you did, because you have the internal knowledge, plus you out there now helping people on the other side. So that's pretty cool.
Right.
Of course. Now, one of the good thing about this is if you as a consumer wants to just pay off the collection, you need to ask them for a pay to delete letter. They need to write that up and say they will accept your payment in lieu of removing it off your report within the next 30 days. If that doesn't happen in the next 30 days, you can actually sue the collection company for not staying to their word if you pay their money. Now, you can settle the amount for half or whatever they presented to you. However, if you just pay it, it will show on all three bureaus paid collection. To a lender, they don't care. It still says collection.
Right.
Whether it's unpaid or paid or not, they will not give you a new account because it's still on there. I have someone right now who called me today. She said she's trying to buy a house. It's closing the first week of June, and she got a collection she paid in March, and it's still on there. And I tell her, I was like, "Did you ask for a pay to delete?" She's like, "No, I didn't." I said, "Well, here's what I can do. And then whenever you're ready, let me know." But the thing is, like, we have to be careful because I don't recommend paying because you don't owe anything.
Right.
But if you already did it, I can't undo that. You already paid it.
Right. Absolutely.
So there's that.
There's something in my head right now, Julian. I'm gonna ask that. I know it's totally a no. Does that work for mortgage as well, or just credit cards?
Hold on.
Don't default.
I mean, I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
No.
That's a good question though, honestly, bro. Like, some people do like foreclose on their house or repo. So talk about foreclosures or repossessions on a credit report and how people can overcome that.
Mortgages, foreclosures, I would just recommend bankruptcy at that point.
My wife saying paying that mortgage.
There's no point of fighting it because this was a 30 or 15-year loan. You agreed to that length of term.
Right.
And on top of that, if you end up defaulting on it and it closes on you and you lose your house, half of the time that's roughly a 300K or more loan.
Right.
Nothing I could do that can wipe that off unless you just claim bankruptcy and start over. Bankruptcy would just make you a new baby at that point.
And then bankruptcies actually appear on people's report too.
It can, and then
Yeah,
they're not going to remove it.
which is illegal because the court system says that they do not report bankruptcies to credit bureaus,
This
and
that's
there's an
correct.
entire process for that. Like people don't know. It's so talk about the credit agency. So how many of them are out there? Let people
All
know
right.
because people don't know what's going on with their credit report and
Okay,
who are
so
these people that are reporting on them.
that's also true. I will touch on the courthouse in a few, but credit reporting agencies, there are over 15 reporting agencies out there. The top ones is TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian because
Mhm.
they house all the information from the smaller reporting companies.
Right. So y'all
Now,
heard that. There's the big three. There's the
the
big three,
big three,
but there are smaller ones.
there are smaller ones. There are smaller ones that will report on you. There's even one that's called Check System
Hmm.
that reports when you have a closed bank account from going
Yep.
negative.
Yep.
This is the company that banks use to give you a new account. So for the
Hmm.
people out there who cannot open an account, that is why. If you see some people with a Walmart debit card and they can open a real account, that is why, because they check the check system and it denied them from opening a new account. So
Mm.
you need to contact check system to figure out which bank that is still showing negatively and call them and pay it. That way you can open a new account.
How do you spell check system so people will know? I know
Okay.
how it's spelled, but people need to know how a check system is spelled.
Chex is CHEX systems.
Check systems.
Mm-hmm.
Go look them up. You can request your report with them. Um, and like she said, it's important because many people can't get approved for bank accounts and they don't know why. And that's the bureau who's collecting the information on your banking. It's check systems. And it may not be reported on the big three because most people only know about TransUnion, Equifax, and
Mm-hmm.
Experian. But we're looking at check systems, which probably everybody who's hearing this never heard of any company called check systems. There's, like she said, there's over 15. There's hundreds of companies that are collecting your data every single day. Everything
Yeah.
that you do, every move you make. Even insurance companies start going to these third party bureaus such as LexisNexis, which is another one.
Yeah.
So like these reporting agencies, how can people, how does the process, do you work with the reporting agencies? How can you help people out with those third party companies if there's somebody, say I was in that situation, I couldn't get approved by a bank. What, how could you help me? What would your financial consultation be for me?
So for someone who's worrying about opening a bank account and they cannot, I would just refer them to Check System and give them the phone number to call. They can mail you your latest report.
Mhm.
And that way, when you receive it, you will contact each bank that's on there that's listed and figure out how much you owe and close one of them. You don't have to close all of them. You don't have to pay off all of them. At least pay one off and you can open one because once you pay one off, it comes off. Then now you have an open spot to open a new account.
Mm.
So now you have a redeeming factor. And then some banks will also give you like a redeeming free checking account. They don't they manage how many transactions you can do or how often that you can withdraw money so that way they can help you build slowly. I think Fifth Third does that for some people. um,
Mm.
some credit unions do that as well, just to help you get back on your feet slowly, and then you have the access for their regular checking accounts.
Mm.
Now,
Wow.
you did mention something about the courthouse. Um, Anybody who has an eviction that is not sent to a collection company, it is only in the state or county website. It should not be reported to your credit bureau because it is illegal.
Right.
There is a smaller reporting company that grabs everything from all the courthouses and put it on there, and then it relays back to the credit bureaus. You have the right to privacy. They cannot show that to you. So at any given moment that you see anything of that nature on your credit report, like an eviction or child support or any foreclosure, any of these big three, if it's on there, you need to contact me, and I will fight to get them off for you.
Mm. So child support is a big one. A
Yes.
lot of people have that. And really they report when it's what, like a negative. If you had some like negative payments on it, they usually come and slam your credit. Or do they just report
They just
anytime?
report it. They just report it just because.
That's illegal. So these companies are breaking the law. They're breaking consumer law. So people, it really comes down to people having to understand that they are consumers and not citizens. Really, you're a consumer and you have laws and privacy and rights to these things and these against these corporations. So it's like you're in pretty much you're playing the game against big corporation.
Yes, all the time.
Pretty much, and especially you don't know about it, so you think it's okay, because the normal Joe out there, I mean, you don't know that they're doing something illegal. So the more you don't know, the more advantage they take of you for not knowing, and they're doing all this illegal stuff out there, and then you don't even know, and here you are falling into the trap. And as I always say, I said to people, they don't see us as people. The system don't see us as people. They see us as entities. They see us as an entity who has rights, and they need to learn the rights in order to defend themselves. And if we don't do that as a people, then we're always going to be a victim to the big corporations. So it's pretty cool that you actually unpack all that, because even me, I'm learning a lot right now, about this whole background of credit. So yeah, I'm really appreciative of you coming in and really drop all these hot fire gems right here. So yeah, once again, thank you.
No, you're very welcome. Yeah. So some of the thing is like it goes well. My process is consultation, dispute, and delete stuff of your report, and if necessary, then we'll build your credit. Building your credit is a different process, and
Hmm.
that takes time as well.
Right. So what for the people to know, like, what is that? What's that perfect credit report look like? So let's break it down step by step. What does it look like? What are the most important things?
Everything is important.
So what's the most
Everything
important? Where does it start? Everything is important, but okay. The first thing is what?
one
Your
moment.
accounts.
One moment. Let me pull my presentation because I have all that down for you.
Perfect.
All right. So the number one thing I need everyone to understand is that no matter if you are looking at your report from Credit Karma or freecreditscore.com, it does not matter. There's 5 categories that should be your main focus when it comes to repairing your credit. The first one is called your payment history. This accounts
Hmm.
for 35% of your score.
There we
For you
go.
to get to a perfect 850, you need to be on time for the next 3 years. Do not miss one payment on any account that you have. No matter what, if you need to get a payday loan to pay your car, do it. You need to pay it on time. If you miss a payment, then that's okay. You can always ask to do a goodwill and say, you know what, I ain't gonna do it again. Forgive me. Letter
Hmm.
to whoever that you owe that, and then make sure the next 6 months you're on time.
Hmm.
Um, so think about it. 35% of 850, that is roughly 296 points. So
Whoa.
just being on time is almost 300 points. So it's very, very important that you do not have a late payment. The second portion is 30% of your score is the amount of debt that you owe versus the amount that you are loaned. So, for example, if you have a card that is $300, do not owe $300. Do not max off your card. Do not max off any account that you have open. Make sure that you're keeping it at zero. When the month is over, make sure all your cards are at zero. Some people would tell you leave it at 30%, leave it at 10%. I'm telling you, put it at zero. You need to be debt free every month. Pay it off. What that does is, to any companies that give you credit cards, it shows them that you are responsible, and they will give you a higher limit faster than the 6 months that they usually do.
Mhm.
Because you use it and you pay it back. The problem I see a lot of people is they keep forgetting that credit cards is called a revolving account. You have to continuously use it every month. If you don't use it, they will close it on you. You use the money, you pay it back. The next month, you use it, you pay it back. Use it, you pay it back in full. Don't pay in half. Don't pay a little bit. Don't pay the minimum balance. Pay it in full. All right. The next portion is 15% of your score is your credit history. So if you have a card, do not close it, because the longer you have the account open, the better it helps you in the long run. This is how people get houses really quickly, because if they see you've been on this credit card or this loan for the last 5 years, and you have not been late, you've been on time, and you've been a responsible adult, yes, I'm going to quickly give you this 30-year loan easily, because you're responsible already. I see your track record. This is how, think of it like your job. If you've been there for a while, you never been late at your job, they'll give you a raise. Hell, they may even give you a new position because they see that you're a good employee. They will reward you. So if you do a good job, lenders will reward you. And 10% of your score is new credit. They look at how often you need money. So if you are here trying to borrow from Peter, Tom, and Harry, and they all say no to you, why am I going to say yes to you?
You looking real needy.
You look real thirsty.
Uh,
Why is you thirsty? Okay.
mhm.
So I look at patterns. Lenders look at patterns.
Right.
So if they see that you are thirsty for borrowing money, you must not be liquid in your own life. You need to get you a better job. If you out here requesting more loan, then they're going to see like, you know what, this person actually need money to pay for stuff. And if you need money to pay for stuff that often, then you cannot pay the bill down.
Right.
I can't loan you because you applying too much. Why are you applying six times in 2 years? What is the need?
Mm-hmm.
I'm scared to give you money now because you just out here, boom, boom, boom. If one person decline you, why are you applying 5 times? One say no, don't apply no more.
Yeah, that's important, because a lot of people don't understand. Every time they go and apply, that hits your credit report as a hard inquiry.
Yes.
And that's what she's talking about. When you're trying to apply for this, the banks, whoever the lender is, can see like, okay, you have inquiries here, and James can attest to this. That denies people from, getting funding, even within businesses. Okay, why are you asking for so much money? Why are you applying for so much, so many loans, or whatever this is? How many inquiries? Why do you have so many inquiries in the last 2 months?
Mm-hmm.
And that, you become risky when it comes to lenders, especially
Yeah.
within your business. Even if they're looking at your personal side of things, to them that comes off risky.
Yep.
You are very much a high risk. The only thing that can make people more accepting, that's if you're buying a car. And a lot of times when you purchase a vehicle, they run your credit to 10 different creditors.
Right.
After a while, after 2 years, it should come off. However, I shouldn't be seeing you getting a new car every 2 years.
Right.
The
So
goal.
Jim,
Why you changing cars every 2 years, fam?
oh my gosh. Do not go to your dealership and let them shotgun your credit. Don't do it.
Right.
Because they will send
They
it to
will.
all of the lenders, and now you have 10 to 15 inquiries on your report. And now when it comes to going to get funding, you look needy. Like, why do you have so many inquiries on here?
You look crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's real. Like,
yeah.
that happened to me before. And I'm
Mhm.
like fighting because I told them not to do that. But once you sign that, electronic sign, whatever it is at the dealer, they're gonna send it to all of their banks. And then when I learned my lesson the hard way with that.
So for people out there who are looking to get a vehicle, since tax season about to drop a whole lot of money from in people's pockets, go to a credit union. Open an account there first.
Right.
Open a secured card with them first. After you have the secured card for 3 months, then you can tell them, "Hey, I'm about to purchase a car. Give me a quote." And you take whatever they tell you to the car dealership and say, "I already have my own lender.
Right.
Don't run my information to 10 different people. I already found someone." Or if you want to do Capital One directly and then deal with them that way. Look up all the car loan companies out there first and see which one you want to deal with. Sign up with them first before you go to the dealership and take that. Or call the dealership and ask them, "Do you deal with this company? How many loan companies do you deal with, and what are their names?" That way you can already be prepared before you show up there without having your credit be run by 10 different people.
Right.
However, the goal is don't apply for new stuff, so that way it doesn't hit your credit as an inquiry no more than 2 years. That way it's easier for lenders to give you more money. The last thing is called credit mix. It's 10% of your score. This is how they determine. So you cannot just have one type of account in your credit. You need to have a mixture of revolving and installment accounts. Installment account means that they give you a loan, a specific loan amount, and they give you a specific amount of years for you to finish paying it off. The revolving accounts are like credit cards. They always reinstate every single month. The amount stays the same, but you have to repay it every single month. You use it, you repay it. But the installment loan is once you pay, it pays down on the amount of the loan. So until the 3 years are up in your contract, but once it's done, it's done. So the more of these accounts that you can have mingling with each other, the better it is. Because I've met some people who has no accounts at all. All they have is their name, their social, and nothing else on there. Now I'm asking like, why you don't have credit cards? Well, I don't know. I don't know what to do. No. So there's around to building that, so that way we can start adding more accounts to you and mix it up. Some people want to purchase furniture from Ashley Furniture. That's another installment loan that you can have in there. Make sure you pay it on time because that's 35% of your score. But yeah, so that is the breakdown, having to have the perfect credit score. So if you want to get more details, hit me up and I got y'all.
Oh, that's fire.
Yeah, that's pretty dope, man. That was a great unpacking. She pulled up her presentation, man, and she just went boom, 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 boom.
I knew she had it. I knew you had it somewhere. Like, go ahead, let the people know. Like, this is what you got. You got to have these different things. Those things are important. When it comes to credit, man, and James can attest. I've been digging into credit consumer law, like, because I had to go in and freaking repair mine. I've paid agencies, like Lexington Law. I've been to all of these big companies, and as soon as I got the right information, I studied consumer law, started reading into this stuff. I'm like, whoa, like I didn't need those companies at all. But thank you tonight for sure. And somebody did ask, do you give advice on business credit and how to build business credit?
Yes, I do.
All right. Who is that? Jay Philo. Jay Philo. Definitely where can he find you, or where can he get on that consultation call?
All right. So there's two ways. You can either inbox me directly on Facebook, and then I'll send you the link, or you can just go to the link directly. That is arisefinancialgroup.com/meeting. And if you go on that page, you will see where you can book for either taxes, credit repair, or life insurance. Doesn't matter. But all the services are there. You just pick what service, you pick the day and the time available in my calendar, and you put your information and say submit. It's that easy. And then I give you a call and we talk for an hour and see what I could do for you.
Perfect. It's that simple, man. As you mentioned, business credit, your DUNS number is very very important to that. And as you're talking about credit, credit is more important than cash sometimes, than your income sometimes. So I am a broker lender in the financial industry. I help people get funds to start their business and get fund to for your existing business, real estate investment. So I do all these. So a lot the most common thing that is at the first question we ask is about your credit. We don't care how much money you're bringing in. How is your credit? You know, so Julie and I, we was working in a specific case. There was a lot of inquiries, and you know, it's like every other week this individual was applying for credit, and it finally got to us. As a broker lender, I found one of the best companies out there. The first thing they look at is like, wow, in the last 15 days there was X amount of inquiry. Like, you lose trust and credibility in front of these lenders, and the system connects. If you mess up with one, everyone and their mama know what you're doing out there.
They
Okay.
do.
It's like
It tells your business.
all your business is out there.
Mhm.
But anyway, for anyone who's looking to, I mean, just anyone who's listening to the show, it's important that you really pay attention to your credit. And call professional like Ludwin, you know, give her a call. This is why we bring these type of professional in the show. You know, Julian is another expert in credit. That's why we do what we do, to bring different professionals so we can bring value to our community. Because if we don't do that, then who's gonna do it for us? Like, who's gonna do it for us? I was reading something on here. I don't know if we had put it in the screen, but I'll read it. It says you guys need to educate Haitian community had become creative so they can know how to work for themselves, not someone else. And this is so big in our community, because opportunities, when opportunity come, if it's not a 9 to 5, it's like it doesn't. It's like if he doesn't have a 9 to 5 schedule in there, it's some type of a scam, or it's some type of unethic opportunity, whatever it may be. And you know, thank you for saying that, because who is said that? Emanuela? Yeah, Emanuela, thank you for saying that, because in our community we do need that. But for all of you listening out there, this is why we do what we do.
Right.
I see a lot of comment coming up. Man, I'm learning so much. I mean, credit is that big. Nothing is done without credit. You know, so once again, man, I appreciate you coming out. You know, that's definitely Jay. Is Jay Philo. Make sure you follow the instruction Ludwin give you and connect with her and get that free consultation. So you can, you know, build your business credit. You know, so with that being said, man, I just wanted to say that, Julian. I just wanted to say that, you know. So
No,
um,
definitely. For
yes,
sure.
sir.
We do thank you for attending tonight, and thanks for being our guest. I know we're about 10 minutes over and everything, and we don't want to take too much more of your time or anything like that. But leave our followers with a call to action. I know you did drop your website, but where can they follow you on IG? Do you have a YouTube channel? Like, how can they connect with Luke, and what should they expect when they connect with you?
I got you. All right. It says that right here.
There you go.
It's time to restore your credit. Stop playing games. You got the money.
Mm-hmm.
All y'all got the money from tax season. I've
Mm-hmm.
seen some of y'all got 10 bands, 12 bands, 15 bands, 20 bands.
Mm-hmm.
Like
They
that
want
song.
Jordan shoes.
100
It
bands.
is time to restore your credit. Stop. No, it is time for you to restore your credit. Don't put it off. If you put it off, you will not find the house you want because houses right now are crazy. So the best time is right now. Get your credit fixed. I am on Instagram. I am highly active on Instagram. So you can follow me directly at I am Loudwine is down there scrolling. So follow me on there. I do have a lot of reels and information about credit as well. Consultation is also here on risefinancialgroup.com/meeting. It's the meeting link. It's simple. Go on there, pick what you want. Actually, pick credit repair. You pick the day, you pick the time that works for you, and you fill out your name, phone number, and your email. You just click submit. You get an email and a text message. You also get a reminder. That's how cool I am. I will remind you of our meeting. Okay? That way you show up. That way if I call you, you pick up the phone. Because you made the appointment. So make sure you're available to talk.
Okay.
The last thing I want to do is to call you and you're not available because I could have helped somebody else.
Let's make it better.
So make sure you're serious. Make sure you show up to your appointment. Follow me on Instagram or just give me a call. 07-272-5043.
All right.
Time to restore your credit. Come on.
Let's make it better.
Let's go now.
For our guests, what can we give our guests? Like, okay, for tuning into this podcast, do you have like a special offer for them that you're doing? Like, only for people that listens to this though. You know what I'm saying? Like for the agent and broker.
How about this? All right. So I will give $100 off any package for credit repair in the next 30 days.
Oh,
I'm going to create the code. I'll make it easy.
Wow. That's pretty amazing.
I'll make the code tomorrow, just making sure I remember. It's gonna be AB Show.
AB Show?
Yes.
AB Show.
AB Show.
Okay, cool.
That'll be the discount code that you would use on my website to sign up. It takes $100 off for anyone that signed up with that code.
Is it all caps or what?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
AB Show. Hey, you have 30 days, and she's going to create that link specially for you. Look at it; it's right on your screen right now. AB Show for agent and broker, and you're going to have $100 off. And get out there, fix your credit.
Yes.
Get it up there. Okay.
$100 off.
Jay say, I just follow you on Instagram. I'll reach out to you on there. Awesome, Jay. And we have Elza that actually put AB Show. Awesome. So Elza, make sure you actually, if you really do need that service, make sure you use that discount code when she create that link so you can get $100 off. Man, I think that's actually the second time we have one of our professional offer something to our viewers. So once again, thank you for coming. Thank you for all the listeners, all the downloads, and everybody who's supporting what we do in the financial world. And anybody who support us by, all the different speakers you bring that you see that's very, very informative to you. Just make sure you share the podcast. Make sure you share every single, to your mama, your daddy, your brother, your sister, your grandma. I know your grandma don't have a computer, but it's okay. Make sure she's watching it on your screen, okay? But anyway, make sure you use that code. Thank you so much, Loudwine.
No problem, guys. Thank you so much for having me. Have a great night.
Awesome. Thank you so much. All right. We are out. Y'all have a good one. Thanks again for listening and tuning in to another episode of the Agent and Broker Podcast.
The agent and the broker put you on the right path. And if it ain't adding up, you do the right math. And when you wanna come up, some might laugh. But them be the types to be the overnight staff. Always be your worker. We tryna be some owners. Sometimes might strike out, sometimes we hitting homers. But one thing's for sure, when the money gets uncovered, hit the agent and the broker. Say thank you to my brothers.